Hello, everyone. Today's the 20th of January. Good to see you all online. And we will be doing a little massage session for our calf muscles. So I would highly recommend you either have a pillow. I've put a big pillow out on my mat, or you can have a block. It's whatever you feel most comfortable with. And we will start with a seated breathing exercise, and then we'll move on to the massage of the calves, and then we'll move on to the practice. Okay, so we'll start seated. And when you sit on a pillow or on your block, it's important to have your hips higher than the knees. So when you're on your pillow, you should be able to feel that your low back curves a little bit, your knees fall closer down to the earth, and your hip bones are higher than the kneecaps, okay? So we'll start here. You can just slide your hands down your thighs until they reach the knees. Close your eyes for a moment and take a few deep breaths in and out. And as you breathe here, feel the rib cage, perhaps it's rising, expanding to the sides, and your belly should grow just slightly. There shouldn't be any pushing down as you breathe in. It should more be expansion out to the sides and the lifting. That's right. Now, as we breathe, just calm breaths. I want you to feel the perineum. So those are the structure of muscles that's between our legs. Feel it closing and holding tight, okay? You don't want to necessarily completely contract and lift up and be tense, but feel as if there's a contraction and a small lift, okay? As you breathe in and out. Now, this might be hard to do. Focus your attention on the contraction of the muscles and to hold those muscles contracted. Now, keeping those muscles contracted, at your next breath in, I want you to breathe out as if you're breathing out through a straw. So you make a little round circle with your lips and breathe out. And again, breathe in through the nose, keeping the perineum contracted. Breathe out through the lips, through the mouth. Okay, now we're going to count this. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3. Breathe out, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3. Breathe out, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, breathing in for 3. Breathing out through the straw for 5. Keep the perineum contracted. Breathing in for 3. Out for 5. One more time, in for 3. And out for 5. Now close your mouth, plug your nose, pull your belly button in, pull the perineum up, and lower your chin. This is called Mahabandha. It is the 3 bandhas, the 3 contractions: perineum, belly, and throat. Release your hand, lift your head. Breathe naturally and normally a few times. We're going to restart the breathing in through the nose for 3, out through the mouth for 5. We'll do 3 rounds of that, and then we do Mahabandha again, pulling the belly button in, perineum up, and tucking the chin. Here we go. Breathe in through the nose. 3, 2, 1. Out through the mouth like a little straw. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In through the nose. Out through the straw. One more time, in through the nose. Out through the straw. Close your mouth, close your nose, pull your belly in, perineum up, tuck your chin. Holding. Release the hand, lift your chin, take some natural breaths in and out, releasing. It's very good. It's a very strong, energetic work for your breath, your diaphragm, as well as working the perineum muscles. We'll do one last round of this. Here we go. Breathe in through the nose. Out through the mouth like a straw. 5. In through the nose. Out through the mouth like a straw. Keep the perineum tight as you do this. In through the nose. Out through the mouth like a straw. This is the last one. Close your mouth. Plug your nose. Pull your belly in. Lift the perineum up. Tuck your chin and hold. Breathing in, lift your chin up and take natural breaths. Very good. Well done, everyone. Okay, take your right knee and lift it up to the sky. The left leg can just relax underneath the right leg. You're going to take your thumbs, okay? And we're going to press in just behind the ankle. So press in and move up the calf muscles. Pressing in a line. Go straight up to the back of your knee and then move back down to the ankle. That's it. We'll do this 3 times. So moving up and back down. Now, not only is this massaging some of the muscles and the tissues that are found there, but it's also working along the fascial line, the superficial back line of the body. So the fascia, which affects the entire body. Okay. Now, clasp your fingers together like, like you're going to hold your hands. Bring your hands around your ankle and squeeze with the heel of the hand. You'll squeeze the muscles together behind, okay? And you'll go all the way up to just below the knee and back down again. Again, we'll do this 3 times. This should feel pretty good. There should not be any pain. Go up and just squeeze the muscles. This helps to move the lymph. And as I mentioned in my message, moving lymph and pooling blood that tends to pool in our legs from gravity, from sitting and from standing all day. Good. Excellent. Lift your left knee up and just move your feet up and down. You'll lift the toes and then you'll lift the heels and notice how it feels in both calves. I certainly feel like my calf that I just massaged is alive and it feels much more fluid. This one feels stiff. So let's make it balanced now. Left knee stays up and you'll start with the thumbs at the back of the ankle and just gently press in a straight line until you reach all the way up behind the back of the knee and then move back down. So be gentle with yourself. No pain, please, okay? And you press in just enough where you can feel it. And you're like, okay. If you're a walker, you're gonna feel, wow, how tight your calves get. It's good to get them released and relaxed every once in a while. Okay, good. Now, clasping the hands, the fingers together, you'll bring them down and you'll press in with the heel of the hand. You're just squeezing the muscles. These are squeezing the muscles behind the tibia and slightly behind the fibula, which is a thin bone on the side of your lower leg. Move up and down 3 times. Squeezing the muscle, and this is helping to move the lymph. And that's especially when you move lymph upward towards the knee. That's where it recirculates to the heart. Okay, excellent. Again, bring both knees in front of you, lift and lower the toes, lifting the heels as well, and just notice how much more fluid it feels at the backs of your calves. Good job. All right, let's come up to our hands and knees. You can bring your pillow to the side or your block to the side. You're going to need it later, so keep it nearby. Hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Let's curl the spine, breathing in. And breathe out and round the back, look to your belly button. Breathing in, curling, look skyward. And breathe out, rounding, look to the belly button. 3 more times, just moving through cat and cow. Getting the spine to be mobile. And releasing any tension that may have already built up this morning. Come back to center, and we're going to move the head along with the spine. So turn your hips to the left, bring your left shoulder back, and see if you can look at your left foot. Come back to center, and change. Your hip goes to the right, bring your right shoulder back towards the hip, and see if you can look at your right foot. Back to center, we'll do that again. Go to the left. Look over the shoulder. Back to center, to the right. Looking over the shoulder. Back to center, one more time each side. Look over the left shoulder. Back to center and to the right. And back to center. Open your knees as wide as your mat and sink back onto your heels. Your hands can come underneath your forehead if you wish, or have the arms stretched out in front of you. And just here, take a couple of deep, slow breaths. Feel an opening through the low back, an opening and a stretch through the hips. Good, that's it. A few deep breaths here. All right, coming up onto your hands and knees again. Keep the hands farther forward than your shoulders. Bring the knees in hip width. Press the tops of the feet down, and especially at the toes, and begin bouncing back and forth. Prepping the knees. You can have a slight curve in the low back. Feel your belly lengthening. This is the bowspring position. All right. Now, keeping the hips back, lift up your right knee and set the right foot down on the floor. So it's partial kneeling with the right leg and you're on the left knee. Now lift up the palm of the right hand and begin pressing back again. Keep the hips pushing back far. Now from here, we're going to change this a bit. I want you to press your hips back. Now reach your right arm next to your right ear, reaching far out in front of you. Let your head tilt a little bit to your left arm and arch your right ribs over to the right. Hold it 3, 2, 1. Bring the hand back down. Bring the knee back down. We'll change sides with that. Lift the left knee up, bringing the foot to the floor. So it's like you're kneeling with the left leg and you're on your right knee. Fingertips down, palm of the hand up, and you'll bounce back and forth again. See if you can get into those hips. Get the hips way back. That's it, good. Now keep the hips back and reach your left arm out in front of you. It's next to the left ear. Let your head go to the right shoulder and arc your ribs up to the sky. So you lift, 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 and you feel the length through the left-hand side while pressing your hips back. Good, bring the hand back down, bring the knee back down. And from here, we're gonna move into a crouching cat. So you can tuck your toes under and lift the knees. Or if you wish, lift the knees, pressing the tops of the feet down. It's a little bit more challenging. And then tuck the toes under. Crouching cat, everyone. As you bounce back, open your knees wide and come back forward. Get deep into the bounce. Get the knees nice and wide. Another 3. Keep the hips lifting. 2 and 1. Open your feet as wide as your mat. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Fingertips on the floor. Bend your knees nicely. Knees stay wide, and you'll just bounce here. Look at the floor in front of your hands. You should feel your thighs heating up. You should feel the glutes heating up. You feel the hips moving back. The back and neck are long. Another 3, 2, 1. Hands come up to the thighs. Lift the chest now. Lift your chin. Throat is long. Feel the hips moving far back behind you. And then you'll bring your right shoulder forward. Look over your left shoulder. Come back to center. So you're getting a nice twist. Left shoulder forward. Look over your right shoulder. Coming back to center. Again, looking over the left shoulder. Right shoulder pushes forward. Back to center. So all of this mobilization, change again. All of this mobilization preps the joints for movement. It also preps the muscles and the fascia. Push down through your feet. Keep your knees bent and lift your chest. So you get a nice curve in the back. You're lifting and opening the throat. Reach your arms out in front of you. And here we go for our squats. We'll sink down lower and come back up. As you squat, the arms go up. You can reach with your fingers or curl the fingers in. Another 3, sink down low. 2, engaging through the back. 1, come up to standing. Step your feet in. And step your feet forward to the front edge of your mat. So here, your feet are hip width, everyone. Hip width. Make sure that they're not too wide and certainly not together. Biomechanically, hip width is much healthier for your ankles, your knees, and your hips. Okay, this also affects the low back. The knees are soft. Avoid hyperextending the knees. Keep the knees soft. The hips go back a little bit of the rib cage. This is going to maintain the curve of your low back. Your arms will be straight, completely straight by your sides. There you should get contraction in your tricep muscles. Lift the chest, open the shoulders wide, and your chin is parallel to the floor so your eyes are at the horizon. This is our perfect posture, or what I call perfect posture. You may not feel comfortable in this position, but that's the position we want to come back to when we finish our round of sun salutations. Looking good, everyone. Beautiful. Now bring your hands to your heart center, and we're going to get moving. Taking a deep breath in, raise your arms, and you'll raise your eyes. Then bring your hands down to your heart center, elbows go towards your knees, hands then come to the floor, and you can step back to a plank position. Head is lifted. Holding here, 3, 2, 1. Gently lower your knees down, open your hands. Now you can have your feet down on the floor or you can lift them. Move down for 1 push-up and then move to the floor. Point your toes, lengthening your legs. Rise to a little cobra. Then bring your chest back down before pushing up onto the hands and knees. Tuck your toes under, rise to down dog or crouching cat. Now we're going to raise here our right leg, push it up to the sky. Now bring it towards the right shoulder, the knee towards the shoulder. Then back up to the sky and swing the right foot forward, stepping forward on your mat till you reach the front edge. Knees bent, hands to thighs. This is important. Push against your thighs so you lift to a chair, arms by your ears, and rise to standing. Good job. So perfect posture here. Feet apart, knees soft, hips back, shoulders open, arms straight, eyes at the horizon. Hands to your heart center. We'll go again. Deep breath in, rise up. Elbows to knees as you fold forward. Stepping back to a plank position. Lift your chin in plank, holding 3, 2, 1. Knees come down. Open your hands. This time do 2 push-ups. Let's go. Moving down. Point your toes, rising to cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. This time the left knee lifts up. Knee is bent. Now bring the knee to the shoulder. Back up to the sky. And swing it forward. Stepping all the way forward. Bend your knees low, coming into chair. Hands on the sides to come up to chair. And all the way up to standing. Find that perfect posture once again. Yes, good. Hands to your heart center. Flow again. Deep breath in, everyone. Breathing out. Hands come down in front of the heart center, elbows to knees. Good. All the way down. Stepping back to plank and hold the plank. 3. That's it. 2. 1. Knees come down. Open your hands. This time do 3 push-ups. 3 push-ups, everyone. Yes. Good. Moving all the way down. Excellent, Diana. All the way down. Point your toes coming up into cobra. Beautiful, Maria. Push back to down dog or crouching cat. Excellent, Agnieszka. Right leg comes up. Knee stays bent. And then it comes to the shoulder. Good, Natalie. Back up, bending up behind you. Swing it forward. Begin stepping forward. Bend your knees low. Take a chair position. Nice, Helen. Come all the way up to standing, straightening the arms. Perfect posture. Hands to your heart center. We're going again, everyone. Deep breath in, rise. Breathing out, elbows come to knees, go right down. Yes, stepping back to a plank position. Holding here. 3, 2, that's it. 1, knees come down. Again, we're going to do 3 push-ups. Go for it. 3, 2, 1. Well done. All the way down. Point your toes coming into a cobra. Push back, down dog or crouching cat, whichever you wish. Lift your left leg up. The knee stays bent. Up. Now to your shoulder, left shoulder. Then back up again and swing it forward to step forward. Front edge of the mat into chair. From chair back up to perfect posture. All right, we're going to add on to all of this. Just a few add-ons. Hands to your heart center. Let's go. Deep breath in, rise. Folding forward. In your plank position, here's where we add on. You could lower your right knee, come to side plank with the knee down, or you spin on both feet and you come to side plank. And we hold 3, hips are up. 2, 1, bring the hands down, knees come down, open your hands, 3 push-ups. If you don't want to do 3, you could just do 1, or you could skip them all together. Come all the way down, point your toes, cobra, down dog or crouching cat. Raise your right knee up, bring it to the right shoulder, back up again. Now swing it halfway up your mat, walk your hands back, hands to the front thigh, lift your chest so you're in a small lunge position. Hands come to your hips, lift and open the chest. Now we're going to sink down, bring the hips towards the back heel. 3, this is going to stretch out the calf as well. 2, and 1. Lift, stepping forward, bend both knees, come to a chair position, set your gaze at the horizon. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing. Let's do that again. Hands to your heart center. Deep breath in, rise. Holding elbows to knees, and then you step back to a plank position. From here, left knee can come down and you open to the right, or both legs. 3, 2, 1. Hands come down, knees come down. 3 push-ups. Let's go. You can skip them all together if you wish. All the way down. Cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Left leg comes up behind you. To the left shoulder. Back up behind you. Swing it forward. Walk your hands back. Hands on the thigh to lift your chest. This really helps the low back. Hands to your hips. The hips move back. 3, sink it back and down. 2, that's it, 1 more. Then step the right foot forward, left foot forward, come into the chair, hold it. 3, 2, 1, arms by your side, perfect posture. We're gonna go 2 more rounds, ladies. Let's go, hands to the heart center. Deep breath in, rise. Elbows to knees, stick with it. Stepping back to your plank. Take a side plank. Either lower the right knee or just spin your legs. Lift your left arm. 3, 2, 1. Hands come down. Knees come down. 3 push-ups. Or you can skip them and meet us in cobra. All the way down. Let's go for cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Right knee lifts to the right shoulder. Back up again. Swing it forward. Walk your hands back. Hands on the front side. Lift. Hands to the hips. Sink back towards the back heel. 3, 2, 1. Swing the left leg forward. Right leg forward. Come into chair. 3, 2, 1. Perfect posture. Come up to standing. Last round, ladies. Hands to your heart center. Deep breath in. Let's rise. Elbows to knees. Go straight down. Stepping back to plank. Left knee can come down or you spin your legs. Good. Raise your right arm. This is it. We're in full cardio right now, ladies. Doing great. Bring your hands back down. Wonderful. Bring your knees down, open your hands. You could do 1, 2, or 3 push-ups. This is it. This is burning the extra calories. Come on, ladies, let's do this. Yes, all the way down. Point your toes coming into cobra, down dog or crouching cat. Left leg comes up. Good. To your left shoulder. Beautiful. Back up behind you. Swing it halfway up the mat. Getting into that little lunge position. Hands come to the thigh to lift up, hands to your hips. Sink back to your back heel. 3, it's like a squat. It's like a split squat. 2, here's the last one. Step your right foot forward, then your left, into chair. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing. Well done, ladies. Bravo, you made it through. Take a big step back to the center of your mat. Bend your knees. Good. Raise your arms out in front of you. Cross the right arm over the left and bend the elbows. You can grab your right wrist or your right thumb, or see if you can get the palms together. The hips stay back in a little squat. Now lift your right leg and cross it over the left. Let the foot of the right leg hang. The right foot just hangs. Sink the hips back well. Lift the elbows, press the hands away from you. Set your gaze beyond your arms. Lift up through the chest and hold it. 3, 2, 1. Release this position, unwind. Bring the foot down, straighten the arms by your sides, lift your chest. Perfect posture. Good job, yes. Raise your arms out in front of you. Left arm on top of the right, bend the elbows. You could grab your right your left wrist with your right hand, or you could grab the thumb, or the palms can be together. Bend your knees, hips go back. It's like a little squat position. Raise your left leg and cross it over the right. Let the foot hang. Elbows rise, press the hands away. Sink down low, your gaze beyond your arms. Holding. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Unwind, back to perfect posture. Beautiful, ladies. Very good. Bend your right knee and just touch your right heel with the middle finger of your right hand. Just touch. Raise your left arm. Push your right heel into the middle finger of your right hand. It's a very different posture from the dancer's pose. Here you have full engagement down the right side of the back. Set your gaze at the horizon and hold it. 3, 2, 1. Release. Refind your perfect posture. Good. Left leg, left hand, middle finger onto the heel. Right arm rises. And let's go. Push the heel into the middle finger. Really working that back in a very functional, healthy way. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Release. Refine the perfect posture. Good job. Hands will go onto your elbows. Now in this position, I want you to feel like you're pulling your elbows apart. So you pull against your hands. The elbows feel like they're splitting to the sides. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh and sink down into a little seat so your hips go back. Pull your arms apart. Lift the chin, looking forward. And we're going to hold here. 3, 2, 1. Unwind, releasing, perfect posture. Good. Left arm on top of the right this time. So grab the right elbow with the left arm on top. Pull your arms apart. Hold that isometric contraction. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Set your gaze at the horizon and sink down into an imaginary chair. Keep the right knee, as it bends, it goes towards the baby toe. It goes out. Holding 3, 2, and 1. Unwind and release. Nice job, ladies. Nice job. Hands to the hips. Bend your right knee. Bring it 45-degree angle. You're either at the ankle, a little bit higher than the kneecap, or the inner thigh. Once you're there, raise your arms in a V. Lift your chest. Be sure your standing knee is not completely straight. It's soft, slightly bent. Lift your eyes. Yes. Holding and breathing in and out through the nose. That is beautiful, everyone. Hands come back down to the hips and lower the foot. Other knee, 45-degree angle compared to the hips. At the ankle, a little bit higher than the kneecap or the inner thigh. Good. Raise your arms. V position, lift the chest. Breathing deeply. Yes. Focus your attention on one point. Hands to your hips. Well done. Bring that leg back down. Beautiful. Turn back to the front edge of your mat and stepping forward, let's bring our hands to the heart center. Taking a deep breath in, raise the arms, stretch skyward, and fold gently. The hands come down to the floor, and you can have your hands, fingertips on the floor, knees bent, or you could grab your ankles, whichever you feel more comfortable with. Gently begin stretching your right leg as straight as possible, keeping your left knee bent. Hold it here for a moment. And then your right leg is straightening out. Bring your right hand to the right hip and turn open to your right. Hold it here. Keep the back long. Avoid rounding your low back. Look back down to the floor and bring the right hand down as you bend the right knee. And we change. Begin straightening your left leg as much as possible. Right knee stays bent. Now twist open to your left hand to the hip. Open up. Stay here. Turn your head as well if it's comfortable. 3. That's good. 2. 1. Excellent. Look back down. Bring the hands down, bending the knees again. Let's step back to a plank position. Lengthen out your belly. Let your knees be soft. The hips stay lifted. Holding here. Keep breathing in and out through the nose if possible. One more deep breath in. Good. Bring your knees down. Open the knees and sink back to a child's pose. To relax the back, relax the arms, knees, hips. Allow everything just to let go for the moment. Okay, hands come to either side of the head. Push against the floor to lift up. You're lifting up into a kneeling position. If this is not good for your knees, come up onto your knees, okay? In this position. If it's all right for your knees, sitting down onto your heels. Let's raise the right arm and bring it behind the head. Let's bring the left arm behind the low back and reach up. See if you can grab the hands together. If you can, great. If you can't, that's okay too. Just reach for them. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, everyone fold forward over the legs. If you're kneeling, simply fold forward. It's called the rabbit, the lapin. And see if you can get the right elbow and the crown of the head down to the floor. If you're on your heels, see if you can get your forehead down. Take a deep breath in and begin rising. Rise back up gently and slowly. If you're on your knees, you need to let your hips go back a little bit as you rise. See if you can keep the back long and straight. Everyone, release the hands, fingertips on the floor, and roll the shoulders to relax. Good job. Very good. Let's do the other side. Left arm comes up and over the head. Right arm reaches up. See if you can clasp the hands. If not, you just reach for them. Take a deep breath in. And we move down to the floor. Go slowly, keeping the back as long as possible. Either the elbow comes down or the forehead or the top of the head and the elbow. At your next breath in, begin rising. Back up again. Lifting. Good job. Release the arms. Fingertips to the floor, make nice big circles with the shoulders. Excellent. From here, reach your arms out in front of you, step your knees back slowly, and let's move to the floor. Hands under the forehead. You can move your hips from side to side to release the low back. From here, bring your arms out to elbow, to the cactus position with the elbows bent at the shoulders. Bend your knees, heels touch each other. We're going to take parachute. Parachute posture. We'll lift the head, chest, and shoulders, arms, and lift the knees if possible. Feel it's a full contraction down the back side of the body. Holding. Lengthen out your neck. Continue taking deep breaths and focus your eyes on one point to be able to gain more energy from the posture. One more deep breath in. Hands under the shoulders. Push up onto the hands and knees. Whew. And we'll walk the knees forward, tucking the toes under behind you. Lift up onto your knees. If you need to, maybe you can pad your knees as you feel most comfortable. Hands at the low back. Let the chest lift. See if you can do this without pushing the hips forward. Keep the hips in a neutral position. Open up the chest. If it's possible, reach behind and grab your ankles or heels. Let your head go back as far as is comfortable, but please don't overdo it. Keep lifting through the chest, lengthen the belly. Another deep breath in. And release by looking forward. Hands come down. Bring your feet to one side and let's all come to a seated position, please. Good job. Good job, everyone. Hands behind the thighs and let's roll down onto the back. Arms by your sides. First bridge pose will be hamstring. Walk your feet out, heels into the floor, toes pointing skyward. Lift your head to take a look, make sure that you're perfectly aligned. Feet are hip width, knees hip width, heels down, toes up. Let's go. Lift the hips. You don't have to lift very high. Now you're going to feel the hamstrings engaging. Pull the heels towards the hips. If you want to go farther, let's lift the right knee. Bring it back down. Left knee. Bring it back down. If it's too much, keep the heels down. Right knee. Left knee. One more time each side. If it's too much, don't lift the legs. Good. Last one. Hips come down. Step your feet in. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Frog bridge. Squeeze your hips towards each other. Push your feet towards each other and lift your hips up. Arms can be down by your sides. And we press here. 10. Squeeze tightly the glutes. 9. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hips come back down. This time, feet hip width. Keep your arms down by your sides. Lift your hips up again. And now we're going to bring the knees together and apart. If it pulls on the knees, you don't need to touch the knees together, okay? It's just a gentle movement with the thigh bones. When you put the knees together, feel like you're lifting your perineum and lifting the lower abdomen up into the belly. Okay, here we go. 10, lift up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, stay strong. 4, that's it. 3, 2, here's the last one. Woo, good. Bring the hips back down. Relax for a moment. Now we take our classic yoga bridge. For that, I want you to bring your elbows down, squeeze your shoulder blades so you open up the chest. This is good for the posture. Your neck lengthens from your upper back, so it lengthens on the floor as well as having a nice curve. Elbows down to push and lift the chest. Now lift the hips. And find the position where you feel your glutes and your thighs are working together to lift the weight of the hips up. Lengthen the neck at the same time, elbows pressing down. So already, the yogic bridge is a very functional, good, strong exercise. If you want to take full bridge, you can set your hands to either side of your head, come to the crown of the head, and then rise to full bridge. Everyone stays for another 5 breaths. Good. From here, raise your arms over your head, reaching far behind you. Lower the back one vertebra at a time. Feel like the back is slowly, slowly, like a gear, placing the vertebra down. Beautiful. Once the vertebrae are down, let's raise our arms back up to the sky. You can stretch with your fingers, or you can curl your fingers into seed hands if you wish. From here, lift your knees up into a square leg position. And let's let the knees go to the right. Keep the knees apart like you're holding a beach ball. Go to the right and let your arms go to the left. So we don't let the legs touch the floor. This is actually the oblique muscles working to hold us in place. Bring the arms back up, bring the legs back up, and we change sides. Knees go to the left, arms go to the right. You can turn your head as well. Back to center. Okay. Let the knees again go to the right, head to the left, back to center, and the knees to the left, head to the right, and back to center. Okay, this is a little taste of what's to come. Bring your hands underneath your glutes now. So underneath the hips. Lift your legs back up. Bring your legs a little bit closer together now. So before you were holding a beach ball, now we're going to be holding a tennis ball between our knees. Okay, feet are about that width apart as well. Let your knees go as far as possible to your right. You're going to go rolling onto your right hand and come back up to center. Then to the left, you're going to roll onto your left hand and back to center. Okay? Now to the right, and I want you to stretch your left leg out. Rise back up and rebend the knees. Now to the left. Stretch your right leg out and rise back up. Bend the knees. And again, to the right, stretch your left leg. Rise back up. Now to the left. Stretch your right leg. Rise back up. Okay, if your low back is healthy, take your hands out from underneath your hips and go to the right, stretching the left leg out and rise back up. If you feel it strains the low back, place the hands back underneath the hips. To the left now, right leg stretches and back up. Now, if you feel that this is far too easy, let the knees go to the right, stretch both legs and rise back up. Very strong work for the abs. Bend the knees again to the left, stretch both legs and rise back up. Woo! Knees bend to the right. Stretch both legs if you wish. Rise back up. Remember, keep them apart about the distance of a tennis ball. To the left. Stretch. One more time each side. Bending the knees. Go to the right. Stretch the legs. Rise. And to the left. Up. Stretch the legs. And rise. Good. Knees bend. Grab a hold. Rock from side to massage the low back and let go. Good job, everybody. One more abdominal exercise. So bring your knees back up to 90 degrees. Raise your arms back up to the sky. You could curl your fingers if you wish for seed hands. It's as you feel most comfortable. Stretch your right leg out away from you at a diagonal position. And then come back to center, knees bent, square legs. Now the left. If you're feeling the back straining, do the right again. If you feel the back straining, just don't stretch the leg out completely. You could even do it just lowering the left foot to the floor and back up, keeping the knees bent. If you're feeling good, we're going to add the arms. So you stretch your right arm behind you as the right leg stretches out diagonally, and then back up to the sky. And the left arm goes behind you, stretching the left leg out, and back up to the sky. Do it again. One arm, one leg. Back to the sky. Keep the low back nicely curved. You're controlling it with the abdominal muscles. That's it. If it's far too easy, you want to go farther, stretch both legs and both arms at the same time. Otherwise you do one leg and one arm. And again, either both legs or one leg, one arm. Good. 2 more times. Let's go. Control it. It's called a shootout. Last time. Be strong. Woohoo! And back again. Grab the knees, pull them in towards the chest. Excellent, everyone. Rock from side to side to let go. All right. Crossing your right ankle over your left thigh. Grab around behind the left thigh. You could grab around both legs or thread the needle in just the left leg. Pull the knees towards the chest while keeping the low back slightly curved. So you should still have a nice little curve underneath your low back. That increases the stretch in the hip if you keep the curve. Okay, bring the left foot to the floor. Open your arms wide and we take an open twist. Let the right knee go over to the right. Turn your head to the left, looking at your left hand. If you'd like, raise the left arm over the head and reach behind you. And you should feel the whole left-hand side stretching out and lengthening. Let the right ankle fall off the left knee and raise the left knee first, right knee follows. Okay, left ankle over the right thigh. Lift the legs up and pull them in. So if you keep the curve in the low back, this avoids the stretch going into the low back. You want to keep that stretch in the hips, okay? If you round the low back, you see you can go farther, but it doesn't stretch more your hips. If you keep your low back curved, the stretch goes right into the hips and the iliotibial band. Bring the right foot down, keeping the legs crossed. Open your arms, open twist. Let the knees go to your left. And you should feel that right hand side really lengthening and twisting, stretching out. You can raise your right arm over your head and reach behind you. All right. Releasing, let the ankle just fall off the knee. Raise the right knee first, left knee follows. Knees come back again to the chest. Lift your head, nose between the knees, and lower your head down. Now's the moment for you to grab your pillow. So if you have it nearby, grab a hold. If you have a block, use the block. From here, we're going to lift our hips up. Place the pillow underneath the hips and raise your legs to the sky. So you know this position. We've done it many times in the live classes. The hips are lifted higher than the heart. The legs being lifted creates a draining of the legs because gravity pulls down on the liquid that tends to pool in our feet and our legs. That's the lymph and blood. So this is going to help all of that extra liquid to be drained from the legs. If you have trouble keeping the legs up, grab behind the thighs, or if you have a strap, place a strap around the bottoms of the feet. And we're going to do something for the calves called pumping. So to do that, we'll point our toes and then flex the feet. We'll point and flex. That's it. Point and flex. So the movement of the muscles helps to move the lymph and the blood. So as we flex, we're stretching. As we point, it's a slight contraction. Yeah. Good. Now we'll do them in opposition. Right foot flexes, left foot points. Left foot flexes, right foot points, and switch. Go slowly so you can feel how it's happening. And then flexing both feet as if you're standing on the sky. We're going to wave. So let the feet wave to the right, both of them, and then to the left, to the right. And this is going to be turning in the legs, in the calves, a little bit in the knees. Just a slight rotation also in the hips. Just waving side to side. Whew. And then hold the legs up there and completely relax your feet. Close your eyes, and we'll stay there for about 1 more minute. If it begins to be too much, you can bend the knees and pull them in towards the chest. Or you keep your legs there and just relax. About 30 more seconds, ladies. Good. Good. Rebend your knees now. Move very slowly. Set your feet down and take the pillow out from underneath you. Place it to the side. Resettle yourself onto your mat. And 1 leg at a time, stretch the legs onto the floor, onto your mat. Make some minor adjustments so that you're completely comfortable. You can also turn the palms to the sky. That's it. You can also turn your head a little bit from side to side to find that perfectly comfortable position. Taking some deep, slow breaths here as you rest. Notice the sensation in your feet and your legs. And see if you can relax them and let go. In your hands and your arms, relax and let go. In your neck, your shoulders, your chest, the tummy, hips, upper back, middle of the back, and the low back. Now relax your jaw, soften. Relax all the muscles in the face. Just soften. And all over the head. Now imagine after the exercises we've done for the calves, that everything is flowing. Your blood, your lymph, everything flows from your feet to your heart, recirculating. And begin now to gently move your fingers and your toes, hands and feet. Good. Raise your arms over your head and stretch from fingers to toes. Bring your knees up to your chest and squeeze the knees against the chest. Rock a bit from side to side. Right arm to the right ear, roll to your right hand side. Setting your hands down, lift from the side and come to a seated position. Find that good curve of the low back. Nice. And let's rub our hands together. Bring the hands over the face. Gently tap around your eyes, stimulating the muscles of the face. All around the jaw as well, maybe the neck. Tap gently under the chin. And then shake out. And let's do that again. That really helps to stimulate the muscles of the face, and rubbing the hands together helps to stimulate the right hemisphere with the left hemisphere. So let's go. Hands go against the face and gently tap with the fingertips around the eyes, forehead, cheeks, sides of the nose, above the lips, below the lips, chin, underneath, throat. Feels so good. And then shake it out. Hands to your heart center. Have a fantastic afternoon, ladies. Thanks for joining, and namaste. Well done. Good.